Okay. Good morning. What you drinking? Coffee?
Some hot tea.
I'm drinking tea too.
Yeah. You've been sick a little bit.
Well, I'm getting over it. I took emergency this week, so.
I was like, you took emergency what? Oh,
the little packets.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Yeah. That's old school. That's
Get your immune system back up.
Some emergency. I was like, what is emergency? So you're feeling better a little bit.
I'm feeling better. Plus, it's just like 7:00 in the morning. So.
Have you been still working out?
Boys, huh?
Have you been still working out?
Yeah, here and there and here, but.
I was gonna say, because I heard working out while you're sick also supposed to help speed up the sickness, like get it out your body.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on how sick. I mean, I'm just saying, like if it's like a cold or something, you sweat it out. Do stuff where you. That's what I've heard. The toxins, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure I do. I don't know. I'm joining this circuit gym next week.
Well, is that the gym that you sent me via the DM? Girl, that shit looks intense. It's
pretty intense, but I like it because it's like fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like you just get it over with. Like it's circuit. So it's like you do 2 minutes at each little station and you do like 3 sets of that. And then you're done. And it's a 45-minute class and you just like worked everything. Like I took the intro class and I was fucking sore for 4 days after.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I'm out of shape.
Girl, I told you that's how I felt. My trainer, she's got me on these weights. Like we only do weights in like we do weighted everything, ropes, and then like pushing these like heavy, like what you would consider like mechanical type shit. We're pushing, constantly lifting.
Yes,
like
I want to do that.
It's my butt is like when I tell you like yesterday we worked the legs.
Don't lift your booty.
Girl, my butt, my booty, all of that is just like, and I'm like, oh, it's working. And so I walk out feeling all pumped up. But anyway, I'm excited to see the results. Like I've already lost. My stomach is like super flat right now. It's been flat.
Yes, girl.
It's just been since Sunday. I mean, I've been working out with her, but we implemented my meal plan where I eat like every 2 to 3 hours, and it's not hard. Like I'm always hungry.
That meal plan is everything.
I eat everything, like, I mean, literally, it's salads and, like, chicken and, like, fish or whatever, but I'm eating all the time, whereas before, I was only eating, like, 1 to 2 meals because I'm like, I'm not hungry or I don't feel like eating. I don't know what I want to eat.
That slows down your metabolism.
Slows it down.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up.
So, yeah, I've lost, like, 5 pounds since Sunday, so.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. I'm just like, I feel so good. Like, I feel.
Through.
Girl, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get in this dress, know.
Wedding workout.
So I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
I'm excited.
I'm gonna get a dress too. I didn't get my dress yet. I need to get a dress.
I'm excited to see everybody, and it's gonna be fun. It, like I said, it's not a traditional wedding. But my sister's like, I wish you quit saying that. Mia, you're still spending $20,000 on this freaking wedding. Like, it's not like you're.
Oh, girl, $20,000.
Yeah, the reception alone is 10. So, and that's for I'm only having 30 people.
Where's the reception at?
And that's just for food. That has nothing to do with the decor and anything. That's just to pay for everyone's food, and that's it.
Is that like a hotel or something?
No, it's at this restaurant called well, I'll wait to share those details.
Okay. Yeah.
So we have something to reveal. But it's at this really, really like hip contemporary, like, and then you're gonna die when you walk in, and down it's like downstairs, and so we'll have like the whole bottom floor, but then there's like this private room, and I'm doing the one long table, like the run-on table where the flowers
in the movies.
Yeah, it's just one long table. So I don't know, I'm obsessed with long tables instead of like the several rounds.
Yes, I love the long table too. It's way more dramatic. It's more
dramatic. And I'm really excited. So although I'm not having, 100 people and spending $100,000 because we just don't have that kind of money and we're actually paying for it, it's still, you know, I need to get in the habit of still saying I'm having a wedding instead of like, oh, it's not a wedding, you know. But
yeah, it's time for you to be happy about it now, okay?
yeah,
You've been
yeah,
stressed out long enough.
stressful.
Enjoy
It's
these last 3 months where you can be a
girl, 3
pre-bride.
months,
2
a
months.
month and a half, bitch. We're
Two
like,
full months. You got
girl,
2.
we're at 40 days. We're at like 51 days.
Are we? What day is it?
Sydney, it is January 11th. I get married March 1st. You know, February is only 28 days.
Oh.
And I leave to go down there on the 27th of February.
Girl, I thought I had 3 months until my next birthday, so I only got a month.
You got a cool month and a half. You got like a cool month and 3 months.
I've been telling myself, oh, I got 3 months to my birthday. Yes.
Now that's
a month and some change. Hold up. I need to get on this class shit ASAP. Hold up. I thought I had a little more time. Just in fantasy world.
Time is winding down. But
wow. Anyway. Okay. Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. Well, let's get into it. I've been wanting to talk about something in particular that we did not talk about on our R. Kelly episode because that was solely dedicated to R. Kelly.
What's that?
John Gray, Pastor John Gray. We have mentioned him in previous episodes. He is the pastor in Texas. He owns, or he is the head pastor of Relentless Church.
Right.
Actually, I don't believe it's in Texas. He was a senior pastor to Joel Osteen in Texas, and then he got his own church.
Was he? I was wondering how he got put on so quick.
Yeah, he was under
out of nowhere.
Well, no, he was under Joel Osteen for like 10, 15 years. So he just now got his own church like within the last 2 years. But I forget where the church is. But anyway, all of that to say, I've always liked his sermons. Like, you know, one thing that I've mentioned before, I may not go to church a whole lot anymore because of my own reasons. But when I do go to church, I do like to be able to connect with the pastor and what he is saying. Like, I don't identify with like old school pastors that only talk about their grandmamas and this and you know, I want you to bring up Chris Brown references while you're talking about God and you're like, you know what, this is how this happened. You know, I just like to talk about, I like those pastors that are like what I would consider realists. You know what I'm saying? And for me, John Gray, some of the sermons that I have heard him speak on YouTube or TV or whatever have been, you know, I don't know. I've liked it. So then here recently, we talked about his wife being gifted a Lamborghini. Okay.
He's been trending recently. I'm like, who is his PR people? Because he's staying in the news. Like,
let's back up. Let's just back up. Short synopsis. He was first had buzz around his name because he was praising his wife for standing up for him and being a huge vessel in helping him to get to the position where he is in today. Meaning, like, she sacrificed so much. She's had all the kids to the point where she's now got thyroid issues because she's had 3 kids back to back. So her hormones, she's like, you know, he had praised her for, you know, putting up with him as he's tried to figure out his own manhood in the sense of, I've had a lot of growing up to do, and she's been there with me to help me through my growing pains. So he's given this woman so much praise. So he was in the headlines for that because everybody was like, you know, okay, like another classic case of the ride or die chick, and she's had to be with you through all the bullshit, and now she's getting her glory and whatever. Then he was in the headlines for the Lamborghini, gifting his wife a Lamborghini for their 10-year anniversary, I think. And, you know, there was buzz around that just because it's a church and, you know, you're giving out these flashy gifts and, you know, it's just, it can
check out our previous podcast episode where we go in on that.
Mm-hmm. So there's that. And then now.
Girl, this video right here took me out. This video took me slam out.
Let's talk about it. He is in the headlines for cheating, for confessing to cheating on his wife.
Barely.
Barely, yes. And we'll talk about that.
Because he basically saying the devil cheated, not him.
He did. So he's confessing that he cheated. Now, there was some headline that I read that he got the mistress pregnant, but I have not heard him say that. So I don't want to
believe that, because you heard how his wife went off at the end. She was like, was she trying to like throw holy water on the chick's name or something? I don't know what she was saying. She was tripping.
So I wouldn't put it past them.
I gotta see if I could pull this up. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't put it past them. So yeah, I have not heard him come out and say that he did get her pregnant, but there is a few headlines out there saying that
he did say that.
I said I have not heard him say that he did.
Okay. I was like, wow, this is getting juicier and juicier.
There have been headlines that have said that the mistress was pregnant, hence why there was this big Lamborghini gift. Versus if he just had cheated. It's like, okay, we can deal with that. But being that I guess he got someone pregnant, it was like, oh my God, now I need to do this big grand gesture.
She was a mess too, because she basically was like, from what I heard, it was basically like saying, just sit at home and pray away your man cheating, and
yes,
it'll work out, ladies. You're gonna end up where I'm at, getting Lamborghinis too. Like, nah, that doesn't work for everybody.
And that's my biggest issue with this is I guess the biggest thing is I didn't expect him to go into full disclosure about exactly detail for detail. I would have loved for him to, because, that way we could really know what we're really talking about. But I feel like they're still kind of like going around the bush, and it's like, okay, we know there was some infidelity, but we don't really know if it was like an affair. Was this just a one-off thing?
He's a mess to me. He definitely is cheating. He's still cheating.
He's still dealing. He is still dealing. And here's the thing with the church. Again, like you mentioned, I did not like that they basically tried to make the mistress, or whatever you want to call her, person with all the guilt. I'm like,
that's the devil. That's the one that needs prayer for. No, it's your nigga out here pretending to be so saintly pastor, and he's talking about, we come every day smiling in church, knowing that we fucking sleeping in separate rooms and shit. But yeah, you got everyone out here in those pews, trying to be you and your wife. It's, you know what I'm saying? Striving for that. Making it seem like y'all perfect and stuff. I can't stand it. I can't stand a church because of stuff like that. I mean, not all churches, but a lot of churches are for show. It's for what it looks like. It's like,
but if I'm honest,
bad.
But if I'm honest, I feel like people are that way. Like the church
some people.
Well, no. What I'm saying is that people in general, some people. But what I'm saying is people in general, what I've learned is they will give you advice, but be living something totally different where they're not taking their advice. So it's kind of like, it's one of those situations where, somebody may not know, I know their situation behind the scenes, but they're like, you know what, you need to be doing this. This is how you should do that. No, good and darn well. I'm like, but you didn't got this that you still probably doing. How dare you try to, like, it's one thing to give me advice. I'm not saying you have to be perfect to give advice. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that there is something with people in the psychological mind where it is very hard for us to take our own advice that we preach and we push on to others, but it's very hard for us to live that same thing. Sometimes that's just in my friendships, in my, it can be people's marriages where I'm like, okay, I get it, but you're not doing that. So it's just something to think about, like, in the sense of, like, I wonder, it's just so interesting. But yeah, being that the church is the church and it's supposed to be this place of, I feel as though transparency, maybe they had to get over this in order to come out and be able to talk about it. That's the only logical thing that I'm thinking, and I'm thinking that they even said something like that. But I did not agree that they tried to, like, shame her and make her the devil that tried to enter in, because my thing is, if you continue to go back, that's a choice. That's not a mistake. That's not like, oops, like, oh my God, what was I thinking? I'm so sorry. If you continue to go back, and if this was an affair, that's a decision. Like, that's a choice. Like, I want to be here. I wanted to go back. felt something for her. Whatever it was, you wanted to do that. It wasn't the devil at that point. The devil was the one who brought the situation and that spirit out of you. But when you decided to act on it again and again and again, that was all you, bro. That was
all him. All of it is all him. This devil stuff. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Take responsibility for yourself.
Yeah, take responsibility, self-accountability, and the wife needs to take self-accountability too. Like, to me, she's just as
mentally disturbed. That made me so uncomfortable. And whatever she was doing.
The church had instigated her. You know, they instigate with the music coming behind you, and you're like, yeah, and, you know, and then I'm like, girl, simmer down. Like, simmer down. This could have been a whole calmer conversation with the church.
Girl, it's just a mess. And it's like, come on, let's be perfectly honest. If your man wasn't making all this money, would you really be sitting at home praying away his cheating? I mean, maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't. But you getting Lamborghinis and gifted and, you know, not having to work. And I'm just saying, it seems to be easier to pray away the cheating when you're being taken care of.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So telling all these people to sit at home because she up here preaching those people in the pulpit, and half of those women are the ones fucking paying the bills in their own households. And then they ask gonna sit up there and pray away that they're cheating man. I can't.
And I think though that too, one thing to point out, because I know marriage is supposed to be this sacred space and things of that nature. So again, I know we've talked about this, like people's deal breakers. You know, cheating may not be the worst thing that happens to one couple, but I also think that you have to look at it from a higher level standpoint, and each person's discrepancies are different. It may be it might be a situation where this person was married 10 years and the wife stepped out one time. It was like, oh my God, what was I thinking? And then never did it again. Or vice versa, the man. But or then you have some couples where they got married in the first 2 years and this man has been cheating with 10 different women. And this is like, I think that there's probably several situations that all look the same. I just think that the message should be, one, figuring out what those deal breakers are, and then looking at what you are going to put up with. Basically what I'm saying is, are you, for better or for worse, if we're looking at marriage, if we're just speaking about marriage and the vows and all that kind of stuff, looking inside your own household and deciding for the both of you what that forgiveness looks like, what the work behind the forgiveness looks like. Is it praying it away and we're just going to pray it away? Or is it, we're praying, there's actions, there's like, it's nigga, this is going to take like, I can't just forgive you today. Like, no, like, you know, like, what is that? I guess that's the message that should be, not just like, just pray it away, you know, and think that everybody's going to, because everybody's situation is different. These people they don't have $1 million bank account. These people, like you said, this woman's taking care of all the bills and her nigga is cheating, and she probably, but the thing about it is, in those type of situations, I feel like in general, a lot of times or sometimes, and I'm speaking to these type of people, if you know what kind of person you're dealing with prior to marriage, when you get married, all that kind of stuff, and you're like hoping that person will change, shame on you. That's all I'm saying. Like, yeah, type of people that know, because I know a lot of people that know the person that they're dealing with. They just hope that once they get married, it's like,
yeah, some people think marriage will change.
He's gonna change. He's like, this is marriage. This is marriage, you know. And it's like, girl, if he or dude, if they didn't change, or if they're not ready to do that before you get married,
it's not gonna change with marriage.
It's gonna be worse. I don't know why it's like that, but it is what it is. So
yeah,
just look at your own situation and figure out, one, to me, what your deal breakers are. What are the things that you will put up with or will not put up with, you know?
Yeah, that's everybody's life is different, and it's your decision to stick around your cheating man or not. I mean, no one can judge you but you. So,
and it is a lot easier, it appears, when you do have a fat bank account, to look the other way. You know?
Exactly.
Unfortunately, they're in the church, so the term, instead of looking the other way, it's pray it away. You know, but whatever you want to call it.
It's definitely pray it away, but God bless them.
God bless them.
Moving on.
Next. Thank you, next.
Right. Thank you, next. I'm sure he gonna be around in these streets in another 7 to 8 days because he been hitting these blogs heavy. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let me pull something up real quick.
Oh, okay.
I want to play this. Let's see if we can have our opinions.
Yeah, but they're controlling. They can't. Hispanic men are very possessive, though. Hispanic men are way more possessive, and black guys cater to us Spanish girls, especially. Like they, you know what? Let me not even get into she gonna get herself in trouble now. Like the black girls, yeah, they're gonna be. I didn't know it like that, but you know, black girls gonna take it personal. They'll be like, I'm not, but I'm good. I don't about this. But for me, even like, why you guys can be.
So that was just I don't know. Could you hear that?
Yeah, I could hear some of it.
It wasn't really anything long. It was just that was Santana, Joe Budden's fiance, and she was basically saying, you know, this is an interview that she did on Angela Yee from the Breakfast Club. She has a podcast, and so she did an interview with her like a year or two ago, and they were talking about. I went back and listened to a longer clip, and they're basically talking about, you know, how, you know, they dated Mexican and Dominican men, and Sin jumps in and she's like, no, I don't date, you know, Hispanic guys. I don't date. She's like, I only do black guys. Like those Hispanic guys, they're too soft. They're too this. And that's when Angela and them in the background, they were like, what? No, black guys are so aggressive, blah, 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 blah. They're too possessive. And that's when she was like, well, black guys cater to us Spanish girls. She was like, us especially, they cater to us. And, you know, she went on to say, and that's when Angela Yee, who apparently, I guess, isn't black, it pops out and she says, the black girl's gonna get mad at you. And Santana says, she was like, she was like, get in their feelings or something like that. But just as a story, should we be mad at Sin for this? Or is this just, I mean, is she lying?
I think that I think it's so many parts to it, and it's just so so to tackle just what she said in the context of what she said, absolutely she was wrong for saying that. But then again, I feel like
who's telling her that?
But
why does she feel this way?
But here's the thing, that is her experience as well.
And that's what we all know. Like that's what we all know, but then seen with our own two eyes.
But I also don't want to get it confused either, that because at the end of the day, Joe Budden is not the Jesus of black guys. Like he done put her through some shit, and I'm sure some black guys before him, because if they didn't put her through some shit, she still probably would be with him, or she would have been married to him. So I think that
she's up on that show crying because Joe doesn't listen to her and everything else, and that's what people are saying. They're like, you're acting like your relationship, you're being treated oh so well, and a black woman probably wouldn't even have took that shit from Joe.
Exactly. And I think what the message is, I think the thing that if I'm looking at the hidden code, is that black guys cater to Spanish women. It's not that they cater to them. Some do, meaning, you know, they may be high figures and they want this particular look. We've talked about this. They want this exotic look. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't stop at just Spanish women. It's, if you just don't look black, but they are like, you know what, she's black, but she's not, she don't really look black. That's what they want. They don't want the girl that they know is black, in the sense of, what I'm saying is, you know, she may have the coarser, kinkier hair, or it's not that textured, fine, curly, you know, it's look, if we're going to be honest and call a spade, that is the reality. And so I wouldn't say that they cater. I think that it's more of a society standard, like if I can pull, like I am gonna pull once I get big or once I whatever, that's the type of woman that I want to be. I want to have babies with that. Because society has made it to where Black women, one, are the bottom of the totem pole, where as far as like we are the, what was the magazine survey? It was like, we are the least attractive race or something like that of women, Black women. Mind you, we have the full lips naturally, most of us, or some of us. We naturally, you know, are known to be fuller in figure, shape. We're shapely just through, you know, hereditary. But the butt, the boobs, all of that kind of stuff. Our skin complexion, we're darker. We come in all different shades. Some of us are lighter, but at the end of the day, even the lighter ones have more pigment than a white person, because you can still tell that they're Black. You be like, she's light skinned, but aren't she Black? So I just think it's something wrong with us as a society, and we have been ingrained to think that the Black woman is the strong, independent, which we are, a lot of us are, strong, independent, don't need no man, don't do this, we don't work out, we don't do this, we don't do this, we're not gonna put up with this. You know, we just are passed off to be picked apart. We don't know how to grow our own hair. We have, we all have short nappy hair that's broken off. We can't grow long hair. Like, these are the things that men in society picks apart at us all the time. As if none of the other races don't do the same thing, or, like, it's very sad, and it makes me very, very sad, but I can't even be mad at her because, one, that's her experience she's coming from, and I know what she's talking about when she says that.
Yeah. I like Sin. I like her personality.
I don't agree with it. I'm just saying, it's not like she's just coming out of that and waking up today saying, oh, Black guys cater to us. But no, she sees it. She sees it. And I'm sure she hangs with a lot of Black girls. And maybe when she's with her crew, a lot of the Black girls get her first. And maybe you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, come on. Like, she's not, like, I don't think that she's being treated better than a Black girl. I mean, that's subjective, because there's plenty of Black women that are in great relationships with Black men and treated like fucking queens. But I think that the term cater is off base. I think that she was saying that they maybe praise them more, to be more like of the ideal woman, to be the more beautiful, to be the more the chosen. I can't say cater, because I know tons of Spanish women out here that have said they'd be treated like shit by Black men. I mean, it is what it is. They put up with shit with Black men. They put up with some shit too. At the end of the day, Kylie puts up with some shit. She got her, I say it all the time, Travis Scott is she got her a nigga. Tyga, he was a Black guy, but okay. Travis Scott, okay. I'll just leave that right there. Love him. Love them together. But she got her one. So he don't seem like he gives up. Like, he may treat her like a queen some days, most days, but at the end of the day, Travis Scott, I can see him being just still Travis Scott. And putting her through some stuff. I don't look at their relationship like, oh, he's a Black guy and he's treating. No, I just look at it like, oh, this is another couple that has a interracial baby or mixed baby. And, it's the classic case of a white girl and a Black guy. That's all I look at it as. But I don't look at their relationship like, oh my God, he's treating her like a queen. Whether he's buying her cars, that's just their lifestyle.
Right. And yeah, I agree with everything you said. She knew the words. It may not have been cater. That may not have been the best word, but yeah, they kind of treat, from the looks of it, when they get to a better lifestyle, they choose to not bring the Black girl with them, but they want to bring an other girl. So that by default, they're going to treat the other girl better because they're living a better lifestyle now and they're choosing them. So I see where that comparisons is coming in. Mm-hmm. Because Joe Budden, I know he dated Yahiri on Love and Hip Hop, however many years ago, and she's like Dominican, but I don't know who he was dating before he got on as a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? He probably started to date Spanish women after he made it big or got famous. So, you know, following trends.
But I think that also I think for me, I'm so careful when so to your point, if we're looking at a black guy, you know, when they make it, or even when they're on the rise up, they don't even have to make it. It could just be, you know, they've got a little bit of clout and a little bit of status or a little bit of whatever, and they choose to, you know, talk to and date whatever. It's like, yeah, they may materialistically, you know, be taking care of them, but at the end of the day, I still feel like they gonna cheat, and they probably gonna cheat with a black girl, you know, or try to pay for things to make this Spanish girl appear more, or white girl have more black features. Like, that shit is not catering to me. That's, you know, that's psychologically you're fucked up. Just go get a black girl. Just go get you yourself. I can get so deep into this with the black guy and being like, you know what, you don't even like yourself. You don't like you just don't like you don't like your mama. But I don't necessarily think, I used to think that, you know, spending money and putting these girls, that if we're looking at it from that perspective, yeah, that is a form of catering, and, you know, they're passing someone on their arm.
I mean, she's 20-something, 22 years old. So, yeah, that's what majority of women who are not completely matured and independent, that's what they're going to think. That's what
exactly
going to think. And if that's
no matter what,
you can get that. That doesn't mean you're taken care of spiritually, mentally,
emotionally. Yeah.
It doesn't. But from the outside, it looks like
absolutely
glitz and glam. That's what they want on their arm, with the glitz and the glam.
Absolutely.
And that's their prerogative. That's their right to choose. So,
yeah, I stay away from
God bless them too.
I stay away from those conversations now, only because it can come off like, oh, not you're a hater, but, you know, black guys are just like, oh, here come the angry black woman comments.
Girl, you getting married. Fuck what they think. Fuck.
No. I'm just saying, like, in general, when I see things and I'm like, oh God, here's the black guy saying, oh, here come the angry black, waiting only in here to see the angry black girl comments. It's just so sad. Like, as if to think that we don't have a reason why we think the way that we know this, why we say the shit we say. Like, it's just frustrating.
So let me play this to lead into our next discussion, because this is just leading right into it. You sent me this last night from...
I'll probably get a lot of flack for it. I just drove by and saw something. I got to comment on this. I love women. Love black women. Oh my God, I love y'all. Okay? But also love black women to wear their natural hair. If you want to process it, if you want to iron it, if you want to add some extension to it, I'm all good with all of that. But y'all got to know that everything is not for everybody. I don't like to see people darker than me. Black is me, okay? Woman, okay, wearing blonde hair or honey blonde hair, and it's not even done right. It's just crazy. Because it looked like you were in a hat. And when you're walking around with that, and them other people that's their shit, see y'all, you got to know that they're laughing at y'all, mother. And I'm not even trying to be mean, y'all.
So that was from Peter Thomas, who used to be on Atlanta Housewives, Cynthia Bailey's ex-husband. I got so many thoughts about that. And you hit a lot of those points already in what you already said. But this is getting to the point of where, just like you said, why is it that everyone feels like black women are up for criticism? Why are we in everyone's fucking mouths? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that? There's all these comparisons and shit. Like, we're just living our lives, and whether it be white girls, Spanish girls, shit, black men, everyone has an opinion about what a black woman should do, how a black woman should act, what a black woman should say, wear, whatever. Like, if a dark-skinned black woman wants to wear blonde hair, that's her fucking prerogative. And I don't see nobody standing up and protesting white women and Spanish women getting black bodies and box braids and fucking cornrows. So I'm just so confused why it's like it's only outrageous when a black woman does something. It's like, oh, you're trying to be white. You're trying to be this. Bitch, like I'm done with everyone in 2019. Like everyone's bullshit is too much for me. First of all, who even told you that black women give a fuck about your opinion? Like who told you that?
Who asked for it?
Who asked for it? For you to get on a public forum and say some shit like that, you know it's gonna be, you know, spread around and repeated and whatever. Like keep that shit to yourself. If you don't like that type of woman, guess what? Stay away from that type of woman. It's that easy. You don't have to publicly bash. It's bullshit.
Bullshit.
But white women can get whole ass fucking black bodies that black woman got fucking killed for and put on circus acts for. Fucking Sarah Bartman, she had the biggest ass in the fucking known to man, where they done put this lady on a fucking circus act against her will and pointed at her big ass and big titties. And now that's what every white person aspires to be. This is some bullshit.
She did a remake of that photo shoot, right?
Yeah, disgusting. Just and fucking disgusting.
You know,
bitch, you don't even know who Sarah Bartman is. You don't even know. Like, that lady's life was so fucking horrific and tragic. Even in her death, they had her body parts, her genitalia on display in museums in France for 150 years. Like, people don't know shit about, and that's what really pisses me off. Everyone wants to take and choose what they want from black people and black features and black this because it's fucking trendy. You don't even know the history behind the shit. You don't even know shit about black liberation or black history, nor do you even seek to understand the shit. But you want to take everything that's trendy, hip, and cool. I just can't. And we about to enter Black History Month, and it's really going down.
Really going down.
We'll talk about a black figure every freaking episode of the month.
Oh yeah, but it's gonna go down.
I swear.
Peter's trash anyway.
Yeah, why are he trying to get attention? I can't.
He's so fine. I ain't gonna lie, he's fine. I love Peter fine to me. But besides all that, fuck all that. You're trash.
Yeah. And it's okay for his black ass to have white hair all over his face. That's fine.
When they say he look like the Smurf, Papa Smurf.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's just all so fucked up, Whitney. You know, and again, I've said this many a times that it's so much more hurtful coming from our black men, from the standpoint that we are so ride or motherfucking die for our black men. Let one of these police officers treat one of them wrong. We out here on the front line protesting. We on CNN. We on motherfucking. We on our corner. We boycotting shit. Like, it is the black woman that is spearheading this type stuff for them. Okay, because a lot of them are our sons. We see them, you know, may not be directly our son, but we see that boy on TV and we're like, you know what, that's our son. We see that grown ass man. We see that father. We see that because that's us. That is me. That is me. That is my nephew. That is my boy. That is my boyfriend. That is my husband. That is my grandfather. Like, we don't have to know you to take up for you. We don't have to be like, well, you know what? He was a drug addict, or he did do drugs, or, you know, he did kill 2 people. His background. We don't fuck all that. We don't sit up here and be like, you know, well, he was dating, da-da-da-da. No, we don't care. There's no bars, whatever you call it, no hoes, bars, whatever that word is, that term is. My thing is, we just look at it as that's one of our own. Like, we got to go protect. We got to go stand up for that. We don't get that same treatment.
Nope.
At all from our black men. That if nobody else is gonna protect us, it should be our black men. And I get so emotional about this because I am raising a black kid, and color is real. And I want him to love Black women. I want him to protect Black women. Regardless of whatever he chooses to date, you know, regardless, like, you see somebody that needs help, you go help her. You don't tear them down. That's tearing your mom down. It's tearing your aunt down. Mm-hmm. You know? And so it's very, I don't even know why I'm crying, but it's so sad. That type of stuff gets to me because I love our Black men. I can't even think about dating a white guy. Like, we talk about it. We may joke like, "Oh, he's fine for a white guy," and for me though, I love Black men. There's nothing more in this world that I want to be with and celebrate than a Black man. But it's very hard when you see in social media and these outlets and these celebrities, people with platforms that can be used for greater things and be talked about for other things, but they talk about us. It's very, very difficult.
It's okay.
It's difficult. It's personal.
Yeah. I mean, if you just be the person, if you be that example for your child and give them that example, and, you know, he'll see.
Yeah, and that's my inside work though. I do that stuff inside my household.
Yeah,
you know, I teach him like there is no nappy hair. You know, we joke and we play all day, but there is no nappy hair.
And there's nothing wrong with nappy hair.
There's nothing wrong. Well,
I don't.
Nappy is subjective though. I guess is what I'm saying.
Thick, coarse, nappy hair is like, I'd much rather prefer my hair to be thick, coarse, and nappy than stringy and falling out. Like, I would die right now if my hair was stringy and pressed. Like, I could never get it back to that natural, coarse texture. Like, I'd have a panic attack. And it's like, we got to train our brain to think, if it is thick, if it is coarse, if it is nappy, it's beautiful. Like, who says that's bad? Who said that?
Yeah.
You know? Or like how Peter says, I don't want no black as shit woman. Who says being black as shit is bad? Like, why do you have to take a negative connotation to being black?
That's my only point. Like, if we're going to sit up here
over this,
instead of us celebrating every type of hair that we grow out of our scalp, that we're able to grow out of our scalp, that's the same thing with color. Whether she's light skin, dark skin, caramel, we come in all different color shades. It was fucking beautiful. We celebrate it all. Like, it's always this type, or, you know, she's too strong, as if we don't need a man. A lot of us want a man. We may not need you financially, but and that's something that we as Black women, we have to retrain our mind too, because some of us do walk around like, I'm strong, I don't need a man, because we don't know how to be. A lot of them, from conversation, that they don't know how to be because they've had to be independent for so long that when somebody does come in, it's like, let me help you. Let me do this for you. It's kind of like, I can do it. But, you know, we have to take that on our own self and recognize our own things when we speak that out. But you may not need a man financially, but we want one. Mm-hmm. I may want you in this other way. I may not need you to help me, but I want you, chivalry. Open my fucking door. Treat me. I want to be treated like a lady, you know? So it's all of those things that we just have to, as a culture, work on. And, you know, now that the world is pretty much predominantly about to be all minority anyway, with all these mixings and, you know, all this, what white people are really terrified of. I do hope that it will get better. But we have to, as soon as this type of shit comes out, we have to just shoot it on down and not even be into it, because it'll just become a fucking roach and manifest in different places, and just now everybody's got, you know, all these different seeds. But we just have to, as soon as something comes out,
people need to stop. Like, social media has made it where everyone thinks that their opinion is fucking God's gift to the world. It's not. Your opinion is just your fucking opinion, and that's that. And unless you're out here trying to help people, it's not that important. Seriously. Your opinion of someone's personal hairstyle, or who this person's fucking, or have an opinion about something that matters, like world hunger, or fucking helping out, you know, kids that fucking don't have parents, or something other than this bullshit. because everyone thinks their opinion about this insignificant shit is so major, and it's not. We really don't care. And social media got everyone thinking that their opinion is so fucking important.
Yep. and they want us to shut up. I'm gonna be honest. For the vast majority of people, they want the Black woman to shut up. They want, because again, hence, here come the angry Black woman comments, as if to say that we can't fucking combat that shit. If Peter Thomas is out here, I should be able to go on there and be like, you know what, fuck you. Why are you saying this shit? You need to act, your mama Black as shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. And if she decides to put on a goddamn blonde white wig, that is her prerogative, point blank in the period. So.
Yeah, and you know what, his ex, Cynthia Bailey, I don't know if this was intentional or not, but right afterwards she posted a picture with her, like with the blonde wig.
Fucking beautiful.
And Cynthia be rocking those blonde wigs.
Beautiful. She's fucking slaves. I've seen plenty of Black women, darker skinned women that are able to do color. Like I'm my color, and there's some colors that I just can't do because I can do them if I chose to, but they don't look right. So I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. But it has nothing to do with, you know, what you think that looks good on me. And it's like, for me, no, I can't wear that because it just washes me out. Like I can't do that because I just, you know. Yeah. So.
And then the fact he starts to say, oh, Black women, wear your hair natural or pressed or tracks or like.
That's just too much.
First of all, you don't even know what natural is if that's the statements that comes after wear your hair natural. Like,
ignorant.
Just don't worry about it. For real. Like, 2019, I'm just hoping people mind their business.
There is one thing that I wanted to talk about too before we wrap up is this government wall shutdown. And although I don't want to talk about necessarily the wall per se, because we're not going to get anywhere with that. It's stupid. The wall is stupid. First off, you think the wall is going to stop these people from coming over. Guess what? It's not. Like, I just don't think it is. But TSA employees, federal employees that are not getting paid for the people that have to work for the essential jobs, it's really just, it's disheartening, you know? I guess I didn't even realize. I kind of walk around thinking and assuming, you know, everybody gets paid for, if they go to a job, they get paid. I didn't realize that during a shutdown, a lot of people are affected. Mm-hmm. And then taking apart which people are affected, TSA employees, that fucked me up. I was like, damn, they are federal. I'm like, oh shit, you know, FDA employees, like food.
It's just the essential ones that stay. Because like my mom, she worked for FEMA for 28 years, and every time it was a government shutdown, her job was considered essential because she controls like the maps for the Navy and shit. So she still went to work, but a lot of other people, they didn't. They didn't get no pay. No money. You know, a lot of people decided not to go, and you get penalized for like when they need you back, even if you're not going to get paid all the way. It's sad.
It's bad. It's bad. And this is apparently the longest as of today. If they don't make things right today,
he's trying to make history.
Government shutdown in history.
He's doing it intentionally. Trump is just trying to make history. That's it. He's trying to make history. That's it. So, I really don't think he cares about this wall. This is all a distraction.
I just want to say that I've got a wedding coming up and I've got loved ones traveling. Hopefully this shit will be come to a head.
Oh, and I've been traveling and shit been slow as hell. Delayed.
Really? So it has been slow.
I traveled from Atlanta to LA to Atlanta to Vegas to LA. Slow. I mean, you don't even have half of the fucking security gates open. It's because they probably understaffed by at least half.
And I can't blame them because, you know, for a lot of us.
Yeah, I'm not going to work either. You don't pay me, I'm out.
They don't have eventually bills. They don't have, when I get it out. No, they got bills that's due actually in 2 days. They got bills that's due next month. They got like.
Apparently, like, people aren't going to be getting, like, their government aid, like their food stamps and stuff, and WIC and all types of shit.
Wow.
That's a reform coming in this country, man. It's let's just stay prayed up and be mindful of what's happening and alert.
Alert, be aware. Yeah.
I just feel like we may have to make some moves. Like, I don't know. Just everyone get your passports up and just start saving up. You don't know what's going to come. You just don't know.
Gotta save for the, what do they call it? You gotta save for, not the afterlife, but you gotta save for them to say something. I'm so terrible.
Apocalypse, shit. All these little shows about like the potential end of the world, like the Bird Box and fucking Handmaid's Tale. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Bird Box scared me because I was like, shit, here's some ideas.
And it's like, I can just see all this foundation that we've built, our perceived foundation and security in America, that shit can fall quick. Like, this government could collapse. Like, our shit could be rebuilt. Like, everything that you think is so solid, it's like, just read history. Governments and empires and shit collapse all the time. Like, we're not immune to that shit. Actually, we probably got it coming to us because we were such fucking world bullies for so long. I'm just saying.
Bullies.
Imperialists. Just, yeah. Y'all, let's stay prayed up.
All right, y'all. Well, until next time, thanks for watching. Make sure that you, make sure you like and you comment and you post, repost. We'll take it all. Share. Very
if you're
important.
Listening on Apple, please leave us a review.
Yeah, leave us reviews. We read it all. So appreciate you guys. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you subscribe to the Black Coffee and Tea podcast, available now on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and YouTube.
And if you want to be a part of the BCT fam, make sure you follow us on Instagram at BCT Podcast.
Until next time.